Hey everyone, I'm trying to save some time on the videos. I know I hate waiting. So I want to do this next interactive about are my spirit guides trying to give me messages in dreams? Okay. Sometimes we get these dreams and we may not understand them and say, whoa, what's that? But sometimes it is our spirit guides who are trying to talk to us in these dreams because it's where our subconscious is more active. Okay, when we're busy to everyday tasks, we're thinking about a lot of things here. Everyday work, stress, friends, relationships, whatever it is, the distractions that we have in life. Where's the next party? Sometimes the only time that we will actually be aware of our spirit guides is when we're asleep and our subconscious is, more active. I will tell you that as a child myself, I tend to dream a lot of things, and it would be a thing of deja vu. It's a situation where I would dream it, and then I find myself in a situation, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been here before. But it was things that I was like seeing ahead of time, kind of projecting. And it would be like, definitely a deja vu moment. And a lot of us have that. But what we don't realize is that we may have dreamt that already. There are all types of dreams, meanings. I can give you some examples when, especially in the Hispanic culture, if your teeth, if you lose a tooth or your teeth fall out, that's usually death of a friend, family, or someone close to you. When you dream of someone getting married in a wedding dress, that's also usually death or family sickness or some problems, okay? Many times you can dream with a specific animal, which could also mean some type of problem or fight. Some people dream with, what is the word I'm looking for? With poop. That usually most people would go, ew. But it actually represents money. Money that's coming your way. There's many times that our spirit guides may give us, how many times have we asked, I need some help, I need some numbers, financial help. I want to be able to, win some numbers or, it happened to me once. I had, small kids, single mom, and I was in a financial situation and, pretty much I was at the end. And I dreamt with 3 numbers. And it was presented as if I went to a door of an apartment number and I knocked on the door. And I remember those numbers. And I think I took my last dollar that I had and I played it and I won like $80 the next day. So there's a lot of times that we have dreams that are given to us. We just don't understand it. We don't learn, we're not taught unless we grow up in a spiritually gifted family of how to develop them. So I'm going to go ahead and start offering that as a service as well, dream interpretation, because sometimes it's giving messages. There's things and symbols that can be said, and, many times you can look up an interpretation, but there's a lot more facts into the dreams details that may be more relevant that a person who would know this, versus I'm going to look, I dreamt with this. What does it mean? And you may be missing other key components of it. So, let's go ahead and see. There are sometimes we just have an active imagination. Our brain is, trying to decongest all the input we took in throughout the day. And sometimes it's just, we ate something that didn't agree with us and our body's fighting. So let's go ahead and let's do this interactive and see if our spirit guides are trying to give us messages. So I'm going to give the first option, this little horse. Second option, the Buddha. And of course, the third option, the evil eye. So remember, I want to keep growing this channel so I can keep doing more interactives. Definitely go ahead and, subscribe, like the video, share it to those who you think it might help. You never know. And again, if you need more time to focus on what option calls you the most, you can pause the video, focus and meditate. I always suggest take a deep breath before you choose an option. And let's go from there. Okay. All right, let's go with the horsey. All right, in this particular case, those who pick the horsey, you tend to fight a lot with yourself in the sleep, okay? You tend to have a lot of trouble. It's one of those that you either will fall asleep for days or you're out there constantly. You tend to have sometimes more dreams that are, how can I say this? A little romantic or a little exotic, okay? And I can't say that it's definitely something that, you do tend to, your mind goes in a lot of active directions once you go to sleep. However, definitely the base chakra comes out on this one, the positive movement forward and the suffering in silence, meaning that you, in this particular case, I would say you tend to keep a lot of things in, okay? So a lot of your dreams are probably more aggressive, I would say, or they could be extremely exotic because you keep a lot of things bottled into yourself. So in this particular case, your mind tends to try to get all of that out, okay? So I definitely would try to say meditation or stop holding so many things in, You're afraid sometimes to say things because of what are people going to think, or you're afraid, you just tend to keep quiet or avoid situations, okay? And but definitely in this particular case, what I would say here is you definitely have a lot that you need to focus, okay? Even though this shows divinity, maybe yoga, maybe meditation, finding ways to release the energy that you're keeping inside. Here's the book, writing, okay? Writing out your feelings. Keep a journal, keep a diary. Write out whatever it is that you couldn't tell somebody during the daytime, or, that you held back, or whatever emotion things that you're holding. You can't keep it bottled in because it's definitely affecting you, okay? And then only then you're going to start finding peace, not only in your dreams for you to be able to sleep, but also you'll be able to definitely connect better with people, okay? You'll be able to connect better with people. You'll be able to see the difference because you're exhausted most of the time, so you can tend to be a little bit short-tempered most of the time, okay? That's my advice to you. And I think that's kind of an awareness they've been trying to get. So at this point, I can't say it's the spirit guides that are talking to you because you got your own little dilemma going in. But I think that if you tend to do these steps that I recommend, you're going to be able to help get in touch with them and see things more clearly, and your dreams will be more peaceful, okay? Let's go with the second one, the Buddha. Well, in this particular case, you've got also some turmoil going on here, okay? You've got a lot of worry, a lot of problems. You've been thinking about a lot of situations that you're dealing with. How are you going to get out of it? It's like you have all sorts of chaos going around you, negativity, okay? So you're kind of in the dark. Now, what I will say here is that in this particular case, you have issues with either toxic people, toxic person. It could be relationship issues. It could be you have a true declared enemy. And what I will have to say is, or you also have some financial concerns going on, which is kind of blocking you. So I can't say that, you're getting clear messages. You are just very, here we go. You've got discontent and boredom. You've got deception and envy. So this is where I say you definitely got a problem with, you're either sleeping with the enemy or you've got someone very near with you. Okay. And you're frustrated of this situation. You're tired. Okay. But there is hope, and that's what they're trying, there is hope around this, and you need to get control of the game. Say, this is enough, this is it. Even though this is supposed to be about dreams, but this is a message that they're probably giving to you of stuff that you have seen in the dreams and have not understood. Okay? I see vows here, which means you make a commitment to yourself or to who you're dealing with. And don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid to take the chance. And again, you're getting dreams here, but you're not understanding what they're trying to guide you through, okay? So don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of taking the chance. Don't be afraid of doing what you need to do. The sooner you get out of a toxic situation, the better off it is. And in the dreams here, I would say they've been trying to give you dreams and messages of hope, of there are things better on the other end. Okay, it may be a little bit of a rough road, but you can get through it. So right now, I say refocus, rebalance, and definitely I would say that you'll start getting things clearer as well, okay? Because right now, it's just too much chaos. Honestly, what I see here is the case. It's not about, you just don't want to hear it. You've got enough on your mind, and you don't want to hear the messages coming to you, okay? So let's do the third one, the evil eye. Oh yes, and this particular option, absolutely. They are definitely talking to you. The problem is you try to overanalyze them a lot. Okay, spiritually, you are very strongly connected. Definitely. They always try to give you messages ahead of time. You have spirit guides that care for you very much. It could be most likely family members or very close people who are very close to you. And definitely the message here, I would say, is you got to kind of put money and save together. But definitely you have very strong spiritual guidance here. Definitely a loved one, okay? Very peaceful one. And here's the universe. You are very well connected with the universe, okay? Very well connected to the universe. Again, I apologize for my dog who wants attention. And you have very powerful guides. Very powerful spirit guides that are trying to constantly warn you things ahead of time, okay? And I would definitely say here, the pilgrimage. These are people who are very in tuned. They're trying to guide you through your path. They're trying to warn you ahead of time of any problems that might happen, that you can avoid them, okay? That you're prepared for so it doesn't hit you with shock. And definitely, making sure, the queen here, that you have the power within yourself. And I would say you definitely have the intuition strong yourself. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. Start listening to them. You have spirit guides who are always trying to keep you one step ahead of the game, okay? They're always trying to keep you one step ahead of the game. That's what's coming down here. And avoid any conflict or situation so that you can live as peaceful as you can and on top of the world, okay? And avoid as many problems as you can. Sometimes we don't listen to them, so that's when we end up with problems. So definitely pay attention to the dreams. Keep a dream journal. I always recommend keep a journal next to your bed because we tend to forget them. We get up, we remember them, and then we start getting busy, getting ready, going to work or whatever the situation is, and we forget a lot of the details. So it's important to keep up a dream journal. I will get up several hours throughout the night writing down because I get a lot of messages, especially for a lot of my clients or friends or people that I'm very attached to. So I have to write them down at that moment, or I record them and send the message to myself so that I remember the details, because I'll go from one to another to another. But that's something that it's important to pay attention to your dreams. Okay. And for those who are not having the connection now, as from the other readings, because you have chaos going around in your life, you definitely need to refocus and get some balance there and get out of the situation that you're in. And then you might be able to better focus and understand and remember them. One thing you don't do is when you get up in the morning, do not take your hand and wipe your most people tend to get the hair out of their face by wiping, putting their hair back or wiping your forehead, as they call it, or, you tend to wipe things out, the memories, in the morning when we do that. So this is why I always say keep a journal. You write it down, everything that you can remember, and then go through this day. So I'll be offering that as a service. You can always email me for dream interpretation. I'll definitely take a look at it because after so many years of experience, there's definitely things that I pick up, and there's always a situation around it that might be a message that might help you through this problem or give you the answer that you need. And hey, if you get lotto numbers, you can share with me. I'm just kidding. So I hope this helps, and we'll talk tomorrow.